and travel. If you don't listen, maybe now it's time. This is where the mind meets the magic. We dive a little deeper every time. Theme parks, cruise ships, and travel. If you don't listen, maybe now it's the time. Mousecast Podcast is diving in.
Hello and welcome to Mousecast, the podcast where the mind meets the magic. Yes, I know, it's such a great theme song. We all dance to it. You can't really watch, but on camera, you know, we're sitting there going do 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 do. So it's a lot of fun to dance to our own podcast. Yeah, we're geeks.
That's okay. Runaway Railway music. It's just you can't hear it without. Really.
It is. It just kind of does that. Hey, we have reached show number 129, guys. Can you believe it?
Oh, wow.
Amazingly, show 129, and tonight we are back with more of Matt's musings. There he is. That's right. Matt is musing his way, and we are wrapping up Disney's Animal Kingdom and our interpretations and rearranging of Disney's Animal Kingdom. But before we get to that, we got a couple other things we got to do here. We're going to first take care of our question of the week from last week. If you went back and watched last week's show, Chris Mushrush is with us today. Earworm with the podcast theme music. Thank you, Chris. Exactly. We're our own version of Small World. There we go. So we asked the question, what encourages you to plan a special trip to Walt Disney World? And I think you overwhelmingly said that you will go if you are saying goodbye to a closing or changing attraction, much, much more likely than for a new or refurbished attraction that is returning. So with that, guys, any thoughts on that? Any surprises at all?
My first thought on this, well, not my first thought, but like after we finished the show and the poll went up, I was thinking, what about the things that show up and they're not here for very long? Those are not typically attractions. It's
kind of like the pop-up stuff.
Shows.
Yeah.
That like Disney debuts the very short-lived fireworks show over at Magic Kingdom that was barely there, and then they were Enchanted,
I think it was called, yeah.
Yeah. And then you just miss it all together. And I don't feel like I missed much. I never saw that one.
Yeah, I think I saw it once. Same thing with the
Rivers of Light.
Well, I did see Rivers of Light. I do have Rivers of Light.
I need to see that one. I'm kind of bummed I missed that one.
So you may hear that again in a minute. So we got to talk about a little bit of news first, and we're gonna not get into it real deep because, frankly, we'll talk about it next week. So first and foremost, though, some news over in Epic Universe. So something that we've talked about for a while. We said Epic needs a nighttime experience. Well, guess what? Universal has listened. Coming up July the 7th, a new nighttime firework experience is coming to Epic Universe, and so that should be a something very interesting to see. A little sneak peek for those of you who are Mousecast fans. We might try to provide a little bit of coverage of that sometime in that opening week. We'll see. So stay tuned on that. We can't promise it, but we're going to give it a shot. And then also the other news that came out, and this is the one that's creating a little bit of grumbles, that starting, I believe it's June the 26th, that no longer, for Disney Springs, no longer can a guest take a Disney Resort bus from Disney Springs to a Disney Resort without validation, meaning that they have a valid valid resort reservation, restaurant reservation, or some other resort experience reservation. Say you've got a spa booking or something like that, but you have to have some sort of reason to be going to that resort. We're going to talk a lot more about this. This is actually going to be our topic for next week's show, because next week is actually the week 4 out of a 5-week. I know last week I said it was game night, but actually we got 5 Tuesdays. Megan keeps trying to teach me how many Tuesdays are in a month. I mean,
I'm doing
right
that
after right after last week's show, she said, there are 5 Tuesdays this month.
3. What comes after 3? 4.
I haven't tried to count yet. Wait a minute now. First, I'm trying to identify Tuesdays. Now you're trying to make me count? Come on.
We're going to let Chuck off because last week he was headed into his daughter's wedding weekend. It was very crazy. So
we did have
for this one.
We did have a great wedding, and so my huge thanks to everybody who came out to my daughter's wedding. We talked a little Mousecast while we were out there. This also, by the way, is going to be our question of the week. So do you agree, or maybe you don't, with Disney's decision to restrict Disney Springs buses to resort guests only? And of course that means, guests that are going to a resort for a specific established purpose. They have a reservation there, meaning they're staying at the resort, or that they have a some sort of restaurant booking or some sort of experience booking. So that will be on our question of the week coming up later on. You can hop onto our Facebook page to see that. Chris says, congrats on the wedding. Thank you so much. It was very kind of you. Again, we had a great wedding. So now, without further ado, again, let's go to Matt's Musings. I just had to put the graphic up. I love the graphic. It's so much fun. Yeah, I love Matt just like this. So with that, we're going to be talking about Disney's Animal Kingdom. So if you were with us back on several different shows, we have redone the different Disney theme parks. And so this week, we're wrapping it all up. We started, of course, with Magic Kingdom. Then we went to Hollywood Studios and then Epcot. And now finally, and Tom says, is it just me or are you frozen? I am not frozen that I know of.
No problems on my end either.
And I would love to get the residuals if I am in Frozen. I'd love to get some of that, residuals money.
Just gotta let it go, Tom. Just let it go.
You let it go, Tom. That's right. So this week we're going to wrap it all up, and we're going to be rearranging. Chris says, looks good here. Great. Thanks for validating, Chris. Appreciate it. So we're going to be wrapping up Disney's Animal Kingdom. And so Matt, this is Matt's music, so I'm going to start with you. So what are you doing? Obviously, we have some action that had happened already. So, if you have some notes of that, kind of recap that, and then what are you doing to Animal Kingdom itself?
Animal Kingdom's tough because I feel like you can't do you can, but you can't do a whole lot with it. Just because of the theming of it, because you're thinking animals, conservation, stuff like that, the different, there is some kind of country aspects between, Africa, Asia, stuff like that, but I kind of struggled with this park. So I think I want to save the new additions for last. So my logic is, as soon as you enter the park, there's a bunch of different animals you can see. I figure nobody's touching that. I could be wrong, because it'd be kind of hard to move them around. So I was actually going to head over towards, and you're going to walk towards the Tree of Life. I feel like, I don't know if anybody's changing anything there as far as, because it's mostly just, you got, I think there's a character experience. I think it's Doug and what's his face?
Carl?
No.
The kid.
Yeah, the kid.
The kid I never remember either.
So you're talking about from Up, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's that character experience. There's a bunch of shops.
So you've got Carl Fredrickson, you've got Russell, and then you have Kevin as well from time to time.
Yeah, Kevin's kind of just free and roaming a little bit,
though,
right?
Bit.
If I remember. So I was actually going to head over towards Pandora, and I don't know if anybody's
Hey, Caleb, how are you? Welcome.
Over there. So I don't know if that's too far of a stretch, or
I'm not doing a whole lot with Pandora, except, and this is kind of I'm not quite sure where I want to put it. So maybe I put it here just to kind of put it. It doesn't really fit Pandora, but it's kind of that way. So coming in from Disneyland is the Matterhorn, because Animal Kingdom needs a little more oomph, a little more thrill ride. And Matterhorn has a Yeti, the original Yeti, and this Yeti actually works. He doesn't do much, but it's better than one. So, And it's also the first, folks, if you don't know this, the Matterhorn is the world's first steel tube coaster designed by none other than the most amazing Imagineer, Bob Gurr. All hail Bob Gurr. Good job, Bob Gurr. So I'm going to bring a copy of bring the Matterhorn from Disneyland into Disney's Animal Kingdom. I'm not sure where I put it, so maybe Pandora is a way to put it there, because the Yeti is still somewhat of a fictional character. Granted, we have the Yeti on the other side of the park in another mountain, so the reason I kind of liked it was just kind of the two mountains on the two sides of the parks, kind of thing like that. And so that was one of the ones that I had. The other in that area, and again, it doesn't really fit, but other than it's a mystical creature. So these were kind of my, I want to do it, but I'm not sure exactly where, is to bring in the animatronic dragon from Disneyland Resort Paris. The animatronic dragon that's underneath Belle's Castle. If you've never seen it, really cool animatronic. And bring that in from Chris Musrush says, free chiropractic to adjust it with the Matterhorn in Pandora. Yeah, it's got a little bumpiness to it, but it's nostalgic bumpiness. Don't diss the Matterhorn too much.
Painful? Oh, can't do that right anymore.
It's a little bumpy. Not bad. So those are the ones that that's what I would do. Would be bring in in that area ish general. Would be bring in the Matterhorn from Disneyland. I'm reading on my list here, and the Dragon animatronic from Disneyland Resort Paris. So Megan, what about you?
So the only thing I had was I would junk Navi River Journey and replace it with now. And I know we're not supposed to be like creating new stuff, but if I'm replacing one theme with the same thing, because we have tons of Pandora now, right? And we have more coming. Make me a different ride based on Pandora that's not that.
Can we just have a ride with an actual story?
Yeah, exactly. Like, give me a storyline. Give me a storyline. Keep the shaman, whatever she is. She was great, but I'm not waiting for that ride. I'm not doing that ride again.
Yeah, we just need a story. I agree with you. It needs a story. I didn't say anything about Navi River Journey because I'm with you, but I was trying to be good. And not
we're
create
past
a whole
that,
new.
Chuck. Let's be real. All the other parts, we're past that.
Yeah, we are.
Let's start now. It's the last part.
We are past that. I'm with you. Navi River Journey needs some loving. If we were doing a show about attractions that need some TLC badly, it's on my list. Not because it's run down or technologically inferior or anything like that. All that's not just 2 thumbs up. It's 2 thumbs and 2 toes up. It's a great attraction. For the eye candy perspective, it just has no story. You just go through and go, oh, well, that's pretty to look at. That's pretty to look at. And that's pretty to look at. I need a story.
Yeah.
So,
where am I supposed to be? What's happening? Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Nick, welcome. Nick's with us. So, yeah, that would be, I would concur with you that I didn't really have anything on there, but yes, we need to do something about Navi River Journey because it's a little on the boring side. It just needs something. All right, where are we going, Matt?
All right. Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. I was trying not to change anything, but yeah, Navi River needs some kind of revamp. And I know we can't really expand, but I feel like with this new movie, that area just it needs an expansion to me personally. Too, like you could add probably another ride or two in that area. I feel like there's some extra space just to do something in that area. But it's kind of past its prime. The nostalgia or whatever you want to call it, like the
new factors
and stuff
over.
like that.
Yeah,
Pandora, it's just worn off. Like it's just like, oh yeah, that's nice. You go to Flight of Passage because you like the ride, and you're out. Maybe you grab a bite over it.
Satuli Canteen.
Satuli
Canteen.
Yeah, Satuli. That's what I thought it was. I just was drawing a blank really quick. But outside of that, it's just I know, and sometimes they do bring that the robot out.
Every once in a while.
They used to anyway. So that was kind of cool. And if you're going to replace the Navi River, like if you're going to bump it up like the Shaman, I would kind of do that in its own little. I don't know. I feel like that could just be relocated, and you can just get a whole new ride in there,
right?
Or something different. So next, let's head over to this kind of where like it's kind of tough. Let's head over to the African region.
Okay, so we're going to go across other side of the park then. No, to Africa. I'm sorry, up that way. Yeah, not Asia. Africa.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were heading towards. I think it's
Heading around to Africa.
like the
Okay.
safari,
Safari,
and
Legend of the Lion
and all that
King,
kind of
all
stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah. So this is once again. I mean, safari ride. It's great. It's it's never the same. It doesn't get boring, really. Depending on who you have for a driver, you can always learn something new. So I'm not touching that. Lion King show, fantastic. Don't change it. So outside of
Well,
that,
a little
I don't
bit,
know
but
if
we'll
they
get to that.
brought back the band though, because that used to be fun. The little show that they had.
In Harambe,
Yes,
last time I was there, it was there.
it was there. Okay.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I
In
think
fact,
I think
been
it
a
has
while.
returned now that COVID is kind of truly settled. It returned. It was there the last time I was there.
Okay, I couldn't remember because I know I went one time and I think it was with my daughter and she was brought
there.
up and then I was brought up, so it was just kind of a really fun
Right.
experience for the two of us. So, but outside of that, I just once again I struggle to change with anything with that particular part. There is something I want to bring over. I just don't know where I would put it, and I don't know
And
if it's
that is?
finalized yet. But I want to bring that concept of Pride Rock over.
Oh, you're
Disneyland.
killing me!
Chuck, you think I'm going to miss that opportunity?
Oh, that's exactly what I had. That's where I was going. I said, okay.
Yep, see,
Yes.
that's where I want to go with it because I just think that whole concept is just amazing. It's just a matter of where to put it because I just don't know.
This
where
is it. This
would
is where you
go.
put it, and that's right there.
Well,
So
right.
you find a spot off to the side of where in between Pandora and the Safari, and find a way somehow to do it, or
Yep.
or even because the train, if I'm not mistaken, the train is still technically part of Africa, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I consider it
All
part of
right.
Africa. I don't.
So therefore,
I
you
thought it was
put the
Asia. That could
train.
be me though. That's just me.
It could
'Cause
be.
I
I'm
thought it
trying
was
to
over by the
remember.
Jungle Trek, so I thought it was through the tigers and stuff like that.
It's not a bridge, but like if you get off the train and you head to the left towards the other part of the park, you kind of go through what I consider kind of a transition section.
Right.
And because the safari and the train are like right
Train,
there.
yeah,
next
they
each other. So I
marry to
think-
each other.
I think it's still in
Yeah.
Africa.
So that's where I was going to go. I was going to take all like Rafiki's Planet Watch and not take it out completely, but move some of the pieces of it just to somewhere else in Animal Kingdom. Keep the medical stuff and everything like that. But Pride Rock, boom, you move all of Pride Rock there. Chris, by the way, Tom says he's fixed his technical issues. That's great. Chris Rupp Mush says, love the Pride Rock idea. See, that was exactly it.
Yep.
And Tom says you move Expedition Everest to Epcot, Pandora to Hollywood Studios, level the rest, and start over. So unlike Megan, who took, I believe it was Frontierland, and whacked the whole thing, Tom is just saying we're going to whack all of Animal Kingdom.
You gotta keep the tree alive at least. Then after that,
There
you
you
do
go.
whatever you
Keep
want.
the tree alive. But that was it. That's what I was thinking about. Is you use Rafiki's Planet Watch. The train is kind of the way to get in and out. Possibly. This is all kind of very blue sky. But then yes, exactly. Oh, I can't believe it. I thought I was going to wow everybody with this, and I couldn't wow Matt. He was too quick for me. So yeah, the entire Lion King Land project that is currently under construction right now at Disneyland Resort Paris, the Pride Rock Flume ride, all the dining, all the retail, everything like that out there, and it's tied close to the safari, but not so close that it messes with and interferes with the animals. Tom says, keep the tree if you bring back Tough to Be a Buck. Oh, he's not a Zootopia fan, apparently. So, yeah, that was going to be my big one that I was going to talk about. That's why I said, well, Legend of the Lion King actually might move, but it might just move to its own Lion King land.
Right, yeah.
That's right there. And you take Legend of the Lion King out of that part of Africa and go to this new part of Africa, in the Pride Lands, essentially.
Goes back
So-
to an expansion kind of thing because I feel like
Right.
we need more room because just the way everything is, concept wise, like the way the buildings are
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Animal Kingdom just lends itself to this. It needs an expansion. I feel like. So-
It does. It just needs part of the issue with Animal Kingdom, and I still think it's a misnomer. I really think it's wrong. But there is still this thinking that it's a half-day park because there's only a half day. Nick says, watch out for the beast behind you. Yes, that great white beast that you can hear slurping water right now. My mic happens to point exactly the wrong direction here. But there is that perception. My favorite phrase is perception is reality. There's a perception that there's not enough to do in Animal Kingdom. And that's of course incorrect. But to help get rid of that and to help alleviate that, help change that perception, is to bring some more thrill into Animal Kingdom, which is why I talked about the Matterhorn, why I'm bringing the Lion King flume ride into Animal Kingdom. Because, by the way, remember, I took Cali River Rapids out and I sent it to Adventureland. So Cali River Rapids has made its way to the northeast to the Magic Kingdom. So, Nick loved a little comment. So that her name is Sage. So there you go. So, alrighty. Chris Mushrush says Nomad Lounge is good for an hour or two by itself. Yeah. I mean, it's a great place.
So, it's a lounge.
Well,
I got 2 kids. There is no thing as a lounge. It's like, okay, where are we going next? Okay, gone.
It's the place where you put the kids on an experience and then you go to the lounge.
My kids have been there. They hung in pretty well. It's there's food. I mean, and it's there's some kid friendly. Well, okay, there's kid friendly food for like my kids there anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So anyway, all right. So Megan, what about you? What would you be doing?
I'm perfectly okay with the Pride Rock and Pride Lands coming to that area because the only thing that I wanted to do was strip Bluey out, which I think I did on the Hollywood Studios episode because I'm sitting Bluey over Hollywood
Right,
Studios.
you think you did.
All
so
Disney Junior stuff belongs at Hollywood Studios as far as I'm concerned. So that was the only thing. But I wasn't really sure what I was going to do there. So I'll jump on the Pride Lands train here and I'll ride with you, taking Bluey out.
The only piece of Rafiki's that I do want to keep is that live animal experience, the medical experience to see veterinarians in action. But that can be done somewhere else.
You can almost move that to the front of the park where you have the 2, like the separate walkaways and stuff like that. You could probably put that in the middle
to some degree.
To.
I mean, I imagine there's some reasons why you have to have it where it is.
Oh yeah, behind the scenes kind of thing.
Get rid of the Rainforest Cafe up there completely. I would dump that, and then you could put some more animal,
Well, actually, we've gotten rid, and I think you did it too. You brought Cali River, Megan. I think you did Cali River to Adventureland as well, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
I did.
You did, Matt. You did.
Yeah,
so that creates space
Cali
right
River
there to create
Jungle Cruise. I brought Jungle Cruise over.
You put Jungle Cruise at Animal Kingdom.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I originally said no, but I have since changed my mind, and I'm jumping on that boat wagon as well. So I am also bringing the Jungle Cruise to the to Animal Kingdom out of the Magic Kingdom. I'm bringing.
At least we're going to take on an entire land over at Magic Kingdom.
Over in his grave. Oh my!
Walt
goodness.
would be thrilled. Walt wanted real animals in the Jungle Cruise.
See.
Now, what would I do? I would have it go around Discovery Island, and then you find a way to add bits to Discovery Island to create that. But you've got a natural waterway already, and actually you could make it even longer because you could go around into that area in front of Expedition Everest that doesn't yet have a purpose. So,
Chuck has thoughts.
I do have thoughts. So. All right, Matt, lead us on, sir.
All right, so we kind of just talked about, go ahead over towards Asia, and we've already talked about.
Hey, Danny, welcome. Glad to have you with us.
We swapped that out, and there's more like animal, there's the walkthrough and stuff like that. I feel like that's probably not going to change because go see the tigers, the gorillas, stuff like that. I enjoy going through that. The kids love going through that and just seeing the different animals, and so I feel like that's not changing for anybody, at least not for me anyway. So then it would be getting over basically towards Everest, I believe.
Well, hold that thought though.
Okay, you're holding
going.
Okay.
Asia. Megan, have you got anything you're doing to Asia?
Nope.
Oh, okay, because I am. Remember, I've already gotten rid of Cali River Rapids, and perhaps we're putting the animal hospital there. Maybe not. Maybe we're putting it somewhere else again because it's got to have backstage access. So I'm wondering if the animal hospital goes to where Legend of the Lion King is, because remember, we're moving that over to Pride Rock. And that actually puts it closer to the safari, actually. Because the space for that is currently at Cali River Rapids, remember, I sent that to Adventureland, will be a perfect space to bring in the Seas Aquarium. Not the Seas with Nemo, but just the aquarium. If you remember the Epcot show, I said, I'm taking the whole aquarium. I'm moving the, world's second, third largest, something like that. I know it's the nation's second largest aquarium, I think it is. I'm picking that puppy up and I'm bringing it to Animal Kingdom. We got lots of money. We have unlimited money, so I'm going to blow the budget here.
You're right in the middle of Asia.
I'm just, boom, I'm putting a whole, 40 bajillion gallons of water in Asia. I'm bringing the aquarium over, and because that's an animal experience and all of that into Asia. And so that would be the other bit. But wait, there's more.
Oh, boy.
Over by
I'm scared. Megan, I'm scared.
Over by Flights of Wonder, we're going to enhance that too. Because I'm not going to give you Birds 1. I'm going to give you Birds 2. Danny says, by the way, I always say when it's not my money, I have deep pockets. That's right. We have deep pockets. We're going to spend Disney's money, and why not? We're going to pick a whole aquarium up and move it. No, I'm going to, here we go. This is here comes the sacrilege calls. I'm bringing the Tiki Room out of Magic Kingdom and bringing it over to Animal Kingdom. I'm putting it over with the Flight of Wonder. So you got Birds times 2 in Animal Kingdom.
Oh my
Your
God.
complaints can begin now.
I didn't even think of that, but that's I don't hate it.
I can't even begin to picture the Tiki Room anywhere but in Magic Kingdom.
All right. Tom says, all right, hear me out. Bring the aquarium to Animal Kingdom. Oh, God. Okay, this is one of those times where I need to read the comment completely before I show it. He says, all right, if full disclosure, I'm going to be transparent here. Those of you, if you're listening right now on the audio-only podcast, you really got to join us live because it gets a little bit wild around here. Tom says, hear me out. Bring the aquarium to Animal Kingdom. Then, you know how at Red Lobster, when you get to pick out your own lobster from the aquarium, ... Yes. So, and Nick says same with the Jungle Cruise. He thinks it's. I assume Rick, or Nick. I mean, you say it's sacrilege. Mush Rush says he loves it. I think he's laughing at Tom's comment there. Yeah. So, but that's what I would do. I would bring the Tiki Room into, because we've done a lot to Adventureland in the Magic Kingdom show. So we gotta make some room, frankly.
Let's be clear here. The two of you might have changed Adventureland. I did not take out the Tiki Room. I did not take out Jungle Cruise, and I didn't.
Let for the record, let us show that you nuked Frontierland.
Yeah,
Frontierland is gone. Tiana.
See, thank you. Tom agrees with me. He says the Tiki Room at Animal Kingdom is a great idea. Tom, I knew there was a reason we liked you so much.
You. Oh my gosh.
All right, Megan, explain to me why this is a bad idea.
Oh, I think for me, those two, because Walt was so, like, I'm not one of those people who's like holding on to all the things just because Walt started whatever. But man, the Tiki Room and the Jungle Cruise, those were like two of his babies. And
they're still there.
They are, but they're such a quintessential experience of adventure. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because maybe it is that nostalgia that they've always been there, but like that snarkiness that comes with, that's injected into Magic Kingdom, where you don't get snarky because it's all happy and fantasy and da-da-da. Like having that little bit of snark for Jungle Cruise, that fits really well. Adventureland is like this whole other little world inside the Magic Kingdom, and I want...
Yeah, Nick says, Walt is my hero. I want what he wants, so...
Well, he would want your boat to get knocked over by a live hippo, because that's... Okay. I mean, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go ahead and finish it on out then. I'm not sure where I'm bringing this one. This is another one of, I'm not sure where it's going just yet. It'll fit a lot of different places, but I'm bringing another quintessential, believe me, I'm pillaging Adventureland. Not
Magic Kingdom's Adventureland. I am pillaging Disneyland's Adventureland. I'm bringing not the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse, but the Tarzan treehouse
That's a
to
good one.
Disney's Animal Kingdom. And I'm not sure where I would put it. Part of me says I want to put it maybe in the new Tropical Americas. We'll get to that, and that's why I may have maybe tipping my hand a little bit. It also would fit in it could fit in Africa, it could fit in Asia, it could kind of fit anywhere because it's just a fun experience, not just for kids but for everywhere. So in the interest of spreading things around, I probably would put it over in this area. So Nick was laughing at more of our hilarities, and Mush says, if tiki birds are coming over, you got to bring Aloha Isle over too. Helps with Surface of the Sun experience at Animal Kingdom. I think you bring both. You have both because every park, frankly, needs Dole Whip. So there you go. All right. Anything else for Asia for either of you guys?
I wish I thought of the Tarzan.
Expedition?
I like that one.
Well, actually, are we including the Expedition Everest area in this now?
Well, that's what I was kind of heading over to next, is like walking over towards that area, because then, over at Everest and then Nemo and the big, unused seating area or whatever. So I figured this is where we would get the most kind of changes, upgrades, whatever you want to call it. So we can head over there next. And before I steal Chuck's thunder again, Chuck, you can go first on this.
We'll let Megan steal my thunder. Here we go. So Danny says, is there any way we resurrect 20,000 Leagues Somewhere in Animal Kingdom? Interesting. Actually, Danny, I did that last week at Epcot, but not an old Magic Kingdom or Disneyland version. I brought Tokyo Disney Sea's 20,000 Leagues and brought it to Epcot and put it at the Seas Pavilion. So that was in our previous Matt's Musings show. So, all right, Megan. Let's see here. Nick says, Danny and I were thinking the same thing. That's right. So he was thinking the same thing. All right, Megan, steal my thunder.
I'm not going to steal your thunder. There's no way that this is where you're going. So my brain doesn't quite unhinge like the rest of y'all's do. I don't know what's here.
You assume my brain has hinges to begin with.
I was trying to be kind.
A couple marbles and a pebble roll
I'm
around
open.
here. What are you talking about, hinges and stuff?
So my biggest issue with that whole section that we're talking about, from Everest on down to where Nemo is the building where Nemo is. That thing is ugly. It is an eyesore in that section of the park. It is not hidden well like the Lion King building is. It is a mess. And also, I don't like that show. So I would dump that show completely. I would roll it into the new Tropical Americas, and I would do I would probably bring over, right now in that newer section in Epcot outside, the Madrigal family, they're out there, they do their little show, all that. I'd bring them in and I'd give them their entire inside show and a stage show in there. That's what I would do over in that section. I'd completely rid of Nemo. That's like my version with Hawk of, Carousel of Progress. Like Nemo is something to get air conditioner and fall asleep. I'm not interested, especially since, I saw it before COVID, there were some amazing performers in there. I think their time could be better spent on other shows. And since it came back post-COVID, I am just not impressed. So it does. Yeah. It looks like a green warehouse.
Yeah, Nick says it looks like a green warehouse, and in some respects, it is, because that's what a show building is a warehouse. So,
but it's Disney. It doesn't have to look like a show building, so I'd get rid of that. And then I would love this. I guess this is maybe where I might cross with Chuck or something. I would bring back Rivers of Light. I might tweak a little bit there, but I love the float idea. So maybe it wouldn't be Rivers of Light per se, but it'd be a more blown out show. I'm not really sure where I would take her from where. Chuck's shaking his head at me, so I'm going to let him take over and tell us all the very big ideas he has.
I love the concept of Rivers of Light, but it needed to be like rivers and light. And instead of rivers, it could be world. And instead of light, it could be color. World of Color from Disney's California Adventure. Boom! Right into the middle of the big lake, and you do a massive World of Color experience. Nick says they need something in there, and they do, and that's what it is, World of Color. I'm bringing World of Color and that concept. Now, maybe they adjust the show. It could be more of an Animal Kingdom-y friendly style, conservation-y style, style show. But World of Color right there. It would be absolutely perfect. And frankly, I'm also with you. I got rid of Nemo the Musical. I sent it to Epcot. I sent it to the Seas Pavilion. So that there's plenty of space over there. I kind of left it all. I left it all open for Tropical Americas and allow Tropical Americas to do anything and everything. Chris says the animals will need Prozac after the Pirates of the Caribbean section of World of Color. Again, we can adjust the show.
Depends on the version of World of Color too, because currently there is no pirate section.
Right.
There's an incredible section which is loud, and that would bring on the same effect. But yeah, every version's a little bit different.
Well, here's the thing that you can do. Okay, in all seriousness, so think of cruise ships. There are a lot of cruise ships right now that they have what are effectively known as their silent parties or headphone parties. Every guest gets wireless headphones. No need for speakers at all.
You got an issue because if somebody forgets to charge something, or the amount of complaints that the headphones don't work right or something like that, you're just like, that just sounds just like
we have unlimited
trouble
money.
on
That
that one,
means the
Chuck.
technical problems are gone.
The amount of people that would complain about their headphones, and there was
Now.
mine didn't work or this or that. Let's get
Now.
it's Disney we're talking about.
No. My dear Matt, are you suggesting that Disney would have a technical problem? That never happens. I'm sorry. Insert sarcastic comment here. All right, Matt, what do you got going on?
So, yeah, I was trying to figure out. I don't want to create something new, but I feel like, yeah, I know we're past that point.
We've already,
past the point.
as you said, we have passed the point of no return.
I know.
So at this point, Katie, bar the door.
I would love to try to take something. It just needs a new show in that water area at night, and some concept from maybe like Epcot, where the old show. It's slipping my mind. Illuminations, like you had the big ball in the middle and stuff like that. Just that area just lends itself to something similar to that. Maybe you skip the fireworks because you got the animals and stuff.
Yeah, you couldn't do the fireworks. Yeah,
but you can still, projections, fire. It just screams this kind of almost like a living with the land kind of thing, like a knowledge or something. Or you can even do something fun between all the different. I mean, you got Jungle Book and, Tarzan.
You know what he's describing.
With that.
You know what you're describing. World of Color.
Okay, I've never seen it, so
you're describing. Yeah, that's World of Color. That's like World of Color. I mean, it is that, and so you're right on board. Welcome to the World of Color.
Yeah, I'll have to look and see if I can.
Yeah, it's World of Color.
I have to go to Disneyland now.
You need to go to Disneyland. That's all right.
Yeah,
you got to go to Disneyland. So
and then come back and tell us how much more you like Disney World than Disneyland, because Disney World is better.
No. All right, now look, that's a show topic for another time, in which I will educate you guys on why you're wrong. Neither one is better than the other. They are both their unique entities, and so we don't need to compare them. It's like trying to choose your favorite child. Come on now.
Disney World. You want to know who my favorite child is today of my actual two? Because I got a favorite one of every day of the week. It changes.
Yeah. What hour is it? Yeah, let's see.
My favorite park is the one I'm in right now. So. Right.
So I know one thing, we talked about it before, that I'm going back on Megan's point, the Nemo show. I'm sending that out on a cruise ship. That's just completely, never mind putting it in a park. Cruise ship gone. Just see you later. We don't.
Yeah, actually, that would you bring up a good point. That would be great for a cruise ship, and in fact, Disney's done it, but not with Nemo. They use that same concept of the large puppetry and everything to do the Moana show on, I believe it's the Treasure,
Yeah, that sounds right.
Or is it the Adventure? I think it might be on the Adventure, but maybe it's on the Treasure. I'm trying to remember. One of the two, Treasure or the Adventure. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely do that as well, and so. The other thing that I was wondering about, if I was going to do something and we had to keep the show building, again, I was going to tear it down and let it be Tropical Americas. If you can't do that, then I was going to do something else that, frankly, I want to do at Disney Springs in a larger format, but we're going to stay with where we are here. I want to bring The Lion King the musical and bring a cut-down version of that to there. Or bring any other of the sort of animal based. Do Tarzan the musical, guys. Tarzan the musical is amazing.
They had a Tarzan show over there before Nemo. It was Tarzan before it was Nemo.
Right.
Long time ago.
But I don't know if it was Tarzan the musical, if it was using some
no,
of the...
No, it was, some shorter version, kind of like the way
Yes,
Nemo
a shorter
is.
version of it. And Tarzan the musical is great. If you guys haven't heard of the soundtrack to Tarzan the musical, pop it into your Spotify, your player of Apple Music player of choice, and give it a listen. It's actually very good. But bringing some Disney Broadway, and here's the other really cool thing that you could do with that, is it can rotate. You could have a show running pick X number of months, and then another show X number of months, and then keep rotating them around, and then the ones that are again appropriate for to be thematically fit to Animal Kingdom. My great idea is at Disney Springs is you do the real deal, and you have a rotating show at Disney Springs, and actually have Disney Broadway at Disney Springs. Why this hasn't been done, I don't know. It's such a no-brainer that
Do that in a heartbeat.
Nanosecond.
I mean, we're still trying to replace
Nanosecond.
Disney Quest at this point. Let's be real.
They've
We're
done
putting
that.
In, our fourth or fifth, whatever is going in there now.
The new play experience is coming in there, whatever it's called.
I think on a previous episode, I talked about I'm bringing the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular and putting that where Nemo is to incorporate with the new Indiana Jones ride that is replacing the dinosaur ride, which shame on you, Disney. Anyway.
Well, see, I'm the other direction. I'm taking the dinosaur and Indiana Jones ride, and I'm taking it out, and I'm throwing it to Adventureland. Remember, I took a lot of stuff out of Adventureland. I got to put stuff back into it. And that leaves more room for Tropical Americas.
I think I took Indiana Jones and put it at Hollywood Studios where the show is right now, right?
I did the opposite. I brought the show over and did something else over in Hollywood Studios just so at least Indiana Jones was together and Nemo can, literally be out to sea. So I don't know anybody else is doing anything else, but then we get
Nick says we've made Adventureland now the fifth gate. Well, in some respects, there you go.
Tropical Americas, you get to be seen. We know we're getting an Indiana Jones ride. We're getting, Encanto and stuff like that. So that's kind of yet to be seen.
That was the only reason I moved Indiana Jones out, because I think I want to see Tropical Americas done and done right and have plenty of room. And, so I didn't really tinker too much with Tropical Americas other than that, I could have put the Tiki Room in Tropical Americas just as easy as I could have put it with the birds. But I decided, let's put it with the, Flight of Wonder. Put the birds with the birds.
I would love to see Tropical Americas blown out with Encanto just everywhere. I think that would be fantastic. Forget Indiana Jones. He needs to be put with it all needs to be together in the same park instead of split up all over the place. I don't think he belongs in Animal. I'm looking forward to it. I love Indiana Jones, but one, I'm having trouble picturing it in Animal Kingdom, and two, I'm also just, as much as I love him, I don't really see the relevance of why we're doing something new for Indiana Jones at this point. Like, they've done 5 movies, we're done. Why are we getting...
Well, now, okay, I don't have a problem with doing something related to Indiana Jones just because it's the character. The character's still alive, and that concept, that's okay. But you're right; it's got to be in a place where it fits, and it fits in Adventureland or Hollywood Studios. One or the other. I had chosen Adventureland. Others, you guys are doing Hollywood Studios, but it all still fits. But it needs to be there in a logical fashion.
And I just think that if I was bringing something new to Animal Kingdom and I was looking at IP, I'd either lean into Jungle Book, or I would love to see Robin Hood in one of the parks.
Oh, I'd love to see. I personally think. Sorry, Tom. Here you go. I'm waiting for your comments. I'm watching for them right now. Definitely love to see more Robin Hood. Frankly, I want to see more Zootopia. I was pleasantly, I liked Zootopia 1. I was pleasantly surprised with Zootopia 2. I think that is a franchise that can really be leveraged for more opportunity. And so we'll see what Tom says if he's still with us, and I'm going to see all the.
I do not personally care for Zootopia, but absolutely. I mean, it's timely, it's relevant right now. Yeah. The kids all love it. There's great merchandise opportunities there, 100%.
Yeah.
Again, with kids and Indiana Jones, how into Indiana Jones
Yeah.
are they? I mean, my brother used to spend hours at that store outside the show over in Hollywood Studios, picking out hats and whips and
Yeah.
all the things. But the movies were relevant back in the late '80s and early '90s. Like that's when the big three came out. And now, by the time they get it built, we're years from the fifth installment. But I just don't. I just think leaning
Yeah, I
into
think
maybe more of the
again,
animated
it's
might have been the way to go.
it can. I think it can still have some relevance, but I know where you're at. Again, relevance is a big issue. Again, let's go back to our never-ending debate about changing out Splash Mountain for Tiana. You could just as easily changed out Splash Mountain for Zootopia, and there still would have been as much fervor about it because it's just that's the nostalgia thing. Mush says Zootopia, like the new Tree of Life show, so much more than I anticipated. Hey Bub, he says. So I haven't seen it yet. Actually, I haven't had the chance to, but I look forward
I've seen
to
it.
in
It's,
a new in a upcoming
it's rushed.
trip, so.
I think they could have done a better job with it.
Which can we talk about the Tree of Life?
Let's go for it. Let's talk about the Tree of
Because
Life.
I haven't seen the Zootopia show either, but I've seen Matt's reaction to it. I've heard some other things. I think I'd pull out any sort of attraction underneath there, and I'd do some sort of really cool dining experience or something completely different. Like go and eat in the Tree of Life.
I like
do that. I don't want to mess with the carvings on the outside. But when you were talking about bringing Tarzan's treehouse over, it'd be really cool if like the Tree of Life became kind of Tarzan's tree. Like part of maybe the backside of that is where you actually climbed up and you went up the Tree of Life. Something that's a little bit more. I don't know. I don't love the Tree of Life.
I'm into that idea. I like the idea of Zootopia. You could build that. Frankly, you could take that Zootopia thing and put it in the show building at Nemo. I mean, we could go anywhere. But that idea of doing a dining experience, because that's the other piece that Animal Kingdom is suffering from to some degree. I don't think it's as bad as Hollywood Studios, but it does have some challenges when it comes to some dining at Animal Kingdom, and especially experiential dining. So to carve out the space and to put in, think about you took the Rainforest Cafe idea and put it underneath into the Tree of Life. That's interactive. That would be cool. I like that idea. I like that.
Or go the Zootopia character experience if you wanted to go that route. If you're going to go the Zootopia route and put it somewhere, because realistically it's got no other representation other than that show right now.
Yeah, Nick says Yakinetti has one of the best steaks he's ever had. I don't disagree with you. My problem is that there's just not enough. Yakinetti's fantastic. Nomad and the restaurant associated with it are just fantastic, but it's just I don't think there's enough there to support dining at Animal Kingdom. They just need more, and that's it. They need more good dining in Animal Kingdom.
There's nothing wrong with Flame Tree Barbecue, okay?
But it's a counter service.
You're all set. Realistically, between that and Yak and Yeti, sign me up. All
right, so Tom says Indy could fit in Animal Kingdom. Remember in Raiders when they dropped him in the snake pit, dropped snakes on the audience.
I always thought I liked Tom, but I think we're taking a turn
Well,
here.
so Hawk is not with us tonight, so the role of Hawk is once again being filled in by Tom here, because this is where the lawyers come back into the game and go, this is a bad idea.
No snakes.
Why does it have to be snakes? Yes, exactly. So, all right. So with this, guys, as we wrap up this show, I have an extra assignment that I intentionally didn't tell you about. All right.
I didn't study, Chuck. I didn't study. Come on.
And Nick says I just cringed. All right.
True, false, at least?
No. Thinking back on all 4 parks that we have rearranged, as we have rearranged them, you get to go visit one in its new fashion, new form. What park are you going to? You got to pick one.
I'm going. Oh, that's easy. I'm going to the new Villains Park. I'm going to the 5th Gate. No problem. Hands down. There we go.
we didn't do that one now.
Oh man, where
so
am
Megan's
going to
go to see the half of the Magic Kingdom that was left around. See Nuked Frontierland.
I took it for it's not half. I didn't have personally remove half of Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom would be wonderful without Frontierland.
Yes, it's called the Mutt, and that's all that's left. So, all right. So, Megan is going to the Magic Kingdom. Matt, where are you going?
I think I'm going to Epcot. Just the different changes and kind of revamping it a little bit and giving it a little bit more oomph with rides and attractions. I think that's where I'm going. Magic Kingdom, I personally didn't change that much. So between that and Animal Kingdom is always one of my top ones. But I think I'm going to Epcot. It's just what I'm gravitating towards.
I'm struggling because I'm an Epcot.
Well, yeah, you brought half of, Disneyland and Tokyo Sea over here now, so...
Not half. About a third, but not half. Most of it in Epcot, and that's where I'm looking going.
Exactly.
Between that and, I'm actually I'm torn between Epcot and the Animal Kingdom that we just created, because I also love this idea of the Lion King land and all of that, and there's a lot that we just did to Animal Kingdom. So I'm torn between Epcot, because again we brought Tron into Epcot, the best roller coaster at Walt Disney World, into Epcot. Yes, I did that little needle to you guys. See, there we go. I did that just for the face response. So I don't know. I'm of two minds there. So I'll do the lawyer answer and say Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It's a tie. So what do you guys think? So share out on our Facebook page at Mousecast 2025 and tell us what you think. Go back and review the shows where we reorganized the Magic Kingdom, Disney's Hollywood Studios, then Epcot, and tonight we wrapped everything up with Disney's Hollywood Studios. What park, if that rearranging and reorganization happened, which park would you visit? So share out onto our Facebook page. Don't forget about our Mousecast question of the week. Do you agree with, or maybe don't, Disney's decision to restrict Disney Spring buses to resort guests only? And that's going to be our topic for next week. We're going to kind of analyze and discuss the ramifications of this. I'll get into a little bit of why we think Disney is doing this and the pros and cons of this particular announcement that Disney has made. And also, just a reminder, we do this live every Tuesday night here at 8:30 on Facebook, on YouTube. I want to say a huge thank you for you guys being here and joining us tonight. I want to say a huge thank you to Nick that was with us. Chris Mushrush was with us. Caleb was with us tonight. Danny was here with us as well. Of course, Tom is with us as always. Tom is a longtime listener. Thanks so much to Tom as well for joining us. And so if you've enjoyed the show, please share out that you've been listening to Mousecast and to watch it live, or you're listening to it on the podcast edition. That really helps us get some more folks. The more people we have involved in the discussion, a whole lot more fun that it will be. So we want to say a huge thank you. Thank you so much to Megan for being with us. Thank you so much to Matt and his musings. This was a great idea that Matt came up with. So 2 thumbs up to Matt for his idea and his musings to rearrange the Disney parks. And so we'll see what kind of Matt's musings he comes up with for next month. So reminder, we're going to talk about Disney buses and Disney Spring buses next week. And then the week after that is the final Tuesday of the month, and it will be game night. And so be sure to join us for game night. And so until then, this is Mousecast, the podcast where the mind meets the magic. Till next time, hey, we'll see you.
Thank you for listening to Mousecast. We appreciate the time you share with us. And tonight was a very fun show. And joining us is a must. This is where the mind meets the magic. We dive a little deeper every time. Theme parks, cruise ships, and travel. If you don't listen, maybe now it's time. Now it's past, now it's